Hello class, this is Scott Caruso here to talk to you about my week 4 assignment for VFW 1205. Finishing up the final touches on the Planeswalkers binder, my little application that allows the user to store Magic the Gathering card data. Not a whole lot of changes this week. The big one and probably the most difficult thing for me to put together this week, you'll note down here that there's a little text box, uneditable, you can't click on it and do anything, that updates dynamically when you slide this how much I love this card slider. It actually give you what the numerical value of that is. And the most difficult part, well, twofold really, was getting it to work properly. I had to really stop and think and plot out how I was going to get that JavaScript to translate this here into a value here. I did it with a pretty simple code that grabbed the input and then and use an event listener to actually update that. And then the second part about that was difficult was when I go to edit a page, I need to make sure that it also functions properly, or edit a card rather, that it functions properly, which it wasn't doing because I kept forgetting to call the function within the edit card function. It all works now, works great, and I think it gives it a nice little extra feature. The app does the same things that probably the rest of your all apps do. When there's no data in local storage, it asks you if you want to populate it with dummy data, which it does. So it pulls in 8 different cards just so you can verify the 8 different icons. So, you know, a curse or a land, they all have different little icons to display what they are. So that is my app for this week. One other change that I made that is under the hood that you probably couldn't notice from looking at this really comes when you go to edit a card. I was challenged in the feedback from my week 3 assignment to find a way to clean up the function that I was using to determine which boxes to check here on card colors when you click the edit link or edit card link like I just did. So what I did, let me pull up my code real quick here. So I took, if you see here my edit card function, all this commented out code right here was what it originally had done. It was 6 if statements essentially that though they worked, they were non-dynamic, which meant that I would have had to go on in here and if, let's say, Wizards of the Coast decided that they wanted to create a new card color, I'd have actually had to go on and manually updated this group of conditionals here to include that card color. Now what I did with just these 2 simple lines of code is make it so it'll loop through the names of the colors, whatever the names of the colors are, and still properly check off the correct card color box there. So I was able to cut down what was originally 20 lines of code into 2. And that was a bigger change, an easy to make change that happened under the hood that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise. So I'm a little sad, actually, that this class is over. I've really enjoyed building this application. I thought it made a lot more sense than the SDI class did. Not so much that the content made more sense, but that I was actually building a tangible thing rather than just a story that was output to a console.log. So I quite enjoyed it, and I really felt like it started to really make the course come together for me, which was fantastic. And though I don't have any belief that I could just go out there and start coding amazing apps right now, I can see some other applications for what I've learned this month. I work in video game development. We have to track bugs on a regular basis, so I could see where this concept of storing data and storing information about data that we've done could help me build my own custom bug database if I wanted to. We use proprietary third-party software where I work, but let's say I were to start up my own business and I didn't have the money to license bug software. I could see where somewhere down the line I could actually write my own bug database to house bugs that have been found in the product. So I mean, I can see the practical applications for what we've done, and I hope that we continue to expand upon this because now I'm really starting to enjoy the course, the degree program. So it's been a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like the app, and hopefully I'll see y'all next month.